Hello, I'm Dr. Lori McCrae. I'm a professor of biology and marine science here at the University of Tampa. I'm also a UT alum, so I'm a good person to kind of talk to you about some of our degree programs here and a little bit about some of the cool course and field and study abroad and internship options in marine and environmental science. So just to jump right in, I'll show you a slide with some of our faculty members. We have 35 full-time faculty members in the biology department at the University of Tampa. This makes us the largest department on campus, both in terms of number of students and number of faculty members. Aptly named Dr. Beach in the lower part of your screen there is our current department chair. He's a marine botanist. And I'll kind of talk about some other faculty members as I move through this quick video so you can learn a little bit about the work that they do and the courses that they teach. So our faculty members mainly have terminal degrees. Most of them have earned their PhDs from a variety of universities, including those listed on this slide. I actually mentioned I went to the University of Tampa for my undergrad degree, and then I got my PhD from Louisiana State University. But again, most of the faculty teaching in our department have PhDs. And just to kind of dive into the curriculum a little bit, within the biology department, we really have two different degrees that are offered, Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. The biology major can be taken with a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science track, and I'll kind of let another faculty member talk about that in a different video. Today I want to focus on the marine science and environmental science degrees, which are both BS or Bachelor of Science programs. The common core requirements for all the majors in our department include General Biology 1 and 2, General Genetics, General Chemistry 1 and 2, and then usually calculus and a senior seminar course are taken before you graduate as well. Math is an important component for any science program. If you can hit the ground running and start your freshman year with a pre-calculus course, if you can qualify for pre-calculus your freshman year, then you can also qualify to take General Chemistry 1 and General Biology 1 your freshman year, which really helps you to further advance and get through the program and get to your upper level courses by the time you hit sophomore year. Again, we're going to focus today mainly on the marine and environmental science coursework and programming. To talk about the marine science classes a little bit, because they are pretty cool and pretty fun, we have some requirements for that degree in addition to the ones I just mentioned, including an introduction to marine science class, which kind of lays the groundwork for some of the further oceanography courses that you'd be taking later. We also have marine botany and marine ecology as degree requirements for the marine science major. And then we have a number of other courses that students choose between to kind of piece together the rest of their schedule, including marine invertebrate zoology, vertebrate zoology, water, wetlands, and wildlife, and field ornithology. Super interesting classes that have a lot of fun lab and field components. Ichthyology, which is mentioned there on the slide, is one of the classes I'm teaching this semester. It's the study of fish, which is what I pursued for my graduate degree. You can see a picture of Dr. Dan Huber there with a shark head. He's one of my favorite guest speakers to come and talk to our ichthyology class. He is a professor in our department, and you may have heard of him or seen him if you're a Shark Week fan, because he's on TV quite a bit. They interview him a lot for a variety of the Shark Week programs, and he talks about his research and expertise in sharks. Okay, so in terms of career paths for our marine science majors, this program, this bachelor's program, kind of sets the stage for you to continue to do research in this field. And as well, it could set the stage for a variety of other things, including enforcement, including environmental protection management and resource management in terms of fisheries and wildlife. And then, of course, it can set the stage for environmental consulting or conservation work, husbandry, aquaculture, and education and teaching. So, just to talk briefly about the environmental science major a little bit, That as well has that same common core of lower level biology, chemistry, math, and genetics courses. And then we have a variety of conservation biology and environmental science and policy courses that the students can choose from. Additionally, we have some further chemistry and statistics courses that they take. And finally, they take some co-curricular kind of courses outside the biology department and chemistry department, and those might include environmental ethics, resource management as part of the geography program. So there's a variety of things that the environmental science majors can choose from. And we see most of our environmental science majors taking a career path towards, again, conservation and policy, resource management, and even environmental consulting and engineering. Okay, so just to kind of additionally talk about some of our neat coursework and programming, we have a number of marine and environmental science students, as well as just general biology majors that do study abroad courses. And this is a really passionate area for me because I teach and travel on a lot of these courses. For example, the destinations that I've participated in have been part of a couple different classes, one of which is tropical biology and conservation. That class I traveled with a number of students to Costa Rica as well as to Borneo, and I'll circle back and show some pictures of that Borneo trip here in a second. Another class that I've traveled with 3 times is the coral reef biology course, which goes to Roatan, Honduras. And we do a lot of coral reef identification and coursework there, and even get to participate in some restoration activities. So just to kind of show you some fun pictures, the Borneo trip was spectacular because we got to see, as you can tell from this picture, the largest rainforest trees in the world. It was also fascinating just to travel to Malaysia and see a completely different culture and part of the world that I had not been to. The wildlife on the Borneo trip, if you're a zoologist, if you're a fan of animals, was pretty much as good as it gets. Just a couple shots that my students took on the trip. We saw Asian forest elephants. We even saw orangutans, mothers, and babies. So it was pretty unbelievable. I mentioned I also have traveled quite a bit with the Roatan Honduras course, and that is a really neat class for scuba certified students to participate in research and identification of coral reef organisms. And the last time we went, we actually got to participate in conservation work as well. These are some UT students in Roatan, Honduras, working on coral propagation trees. So these underwater elaborate designs that allow you to fragment corals, which enhances their growth and propagation, and you put them in a scenario that they stay incredibly healthy and grow faster than they would in a lab setting. And then you can transplant these fragments back onto the reef. So this is an important part of restoration work that's happening in Caribbean coral reefs. Okay, so as you can see, kind of what I've been talking about is a lot of experiential learning, a lot of hands-on activities. We have labs in almost every course. Those few courses that we don't have traditional labs, we tend to do some computer modeling or discussion groups as well. And these are the types of real-world experiences that would just not be possible in a degree program at a larger university, a state school, where they have so many students cycling through their biology and marine and environmental science programs that they simply can't do that much hands-on work with them. So it's a real strength of our program here at the University of Tampa. One of the things we're very proud of is our Marine Science Field Station. This is about 20 minutes off campus and has wet and dry lab facilities, as well as a number of boats docked there that are owned by the university and that we use to facilitate this hands-on experiential learning. This is our newest acquisition. It's a large research vessel that has motorized trawling capability and is fabulous for scuba work as well. So we're very excited to include students in coursework that utilizes our Marine Science Field Station. And just to kind of show you, if you were to Google Tampa Marine Science Field Station, and they'll probably show you this as part of the virtual science day, you're going to see a link to our Marine Science Field Station where it talks about the activities there and the boats and the work we do. And then you're going to see as well that there's a number of videos that pop up, one of which is a tour of the field station given by a UT student. Another is a little bit of background on the facility that I filmed with another faculty member and some students several years ago. So feel free to investigate that. And definitely, if you have any questions on experiential learning or the Marine Science Field Station, feel free to contact me. Okay, so the other things I wanted to talk about, I told you I would kind of circle back and talk about some of our faculty members a little bit, because faculty-student collaboration is a really important part of our curriculum in terms of research. So just to kind of show you again, here's some shots of some of our faculty members, and they all pretty much do research continually in their fields of study. And they try to include students in that work, and that's actually a requirement of our job, is to include students in that work. So this faculty member here right in the middle, for example, is Dr. Mike Middlebrooks. He's one of my closest colleagues. He and I work together on a lot of travel courses and things like that. He is a marine invertebrate zoologist, and he studies primarily mollusks. He's also a really advanced scuba instructor and underwater photographer. So he includes, these are just some pictures he's taken, he includes a lot of students in his research, just as an example of the types of collaborations. This is actually, this lower picture is a picture of my husband. He's a faculty member in the department. He takes a lot of students to national and even international conferences where they can present their work. So our students can earn both credit for their work. They can also participate in scientific publications. And so we've had numerous UT students collaborate and actually be published with our faculty members in the department. And as well, we have some capability to give students fellowships for their research. So our most competitive and best applicants for these fellowships actually get paid to do research with faculty members. So some of the active research that goes on in our department includes works on lizards, seahorses, crocodilians, lots of really fascinating organisms, service model organisms for faculty members in our department. So just to show you, we do take students on field work programming. We do research in a lot of neat places, especially in the neotropics, and we include students in that research and seek funding for them to travel with us. This is a couple pictures of a field site of Dr. Heather Mason Jones. I was able to travel with her and a few students to her field site in Eleuthera, Bahamas last year. This is a shot I took of her with some of her students. It was an amazing trip because as an ichthyologist, a person who studies fish, one of the hallmark organisms of our field, of course, is seahorses. And there are more seahorses at her field site in the Bahamas than any other location that we know of on the planet. So this was right when I first jumped in the water. We caught a seahorse and took pictures of it. And she does a lot of conservation work on seahorses in the Bahamas. So just to kind of show you, additionally to the field work that we do in research and at the field station, we have a lot of high-tech lab facilities on campus as well for students to do lab work that links kind of marine and environmental science with biotechnology and lab-based fields and sciences. So that's available to you as well if you're not interested in fieldwork, but you are interested in marine environmental science research. One of the faculty members who kind of bridges that gap is a new faculty member, Dr. Michelle Osovitz, who teaches developmental biology and a few other courses here at UT. And she will go out and collect things like sea urchins and use those in her developmental biology course, but also do a lot of lab work, high-tech lab work on developmental biology, cell cycle, and even linking some of her lab research to red tide work, which is a big environmental field of study here in Florida. So just wanted to show you that. I'm actually the director of the Marine and Environmental Science Internship program here at UT. So I just briefly wanted to mention that as well. And this is something that you could easily contact me about if you have more questions. But our students aren't required to do internships at UT, but it is highly recommended. And they participate in internships in a number of localities, both near Tampa and far away during the summers. So right now I have students participating in work at Lowry Park Zoo, which is our zoo here in Tampa. I have students at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, which is of course famous for Winter the Dolphin from Dolphin Tale movies. And we have had numerous students work at Mote Marine Lab, which is famous for their shark and red tide research. And Florida Marine Research Institute, which is housed at our Fish and Wildlife, or I'm sorry, our Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, our state governing agency here in Florida. So we have a number of activities that our students can participate in the internship world, and these can provide ways for you to get elective credits as well. And of course, build your resumes. So our students are really active on campus with philanthropy and outreach and conservation work. So I just wanted to show you a list of some of the student groups that do kind of social activities, but also coastal cleanups and recycling initiatives and things like that. They've been a really successful part of our wider campus community. And then additionally, I just want to mention that a number of our students do go on to graduate and professional schools. And this has been something that we're also very proud of, the great success rate we have of getting students into master's and PhD programs. In fact, this is just kind of a cute and funny picture that was literally taken yesterday. This is a shot of some UT students. You can see they're all wearing masks, even in the field, that are out on kind of a Saturday field trip to help a UT alum collect pipefish, which are related to seahorse, to collect pipefish for her PhD project. So some of our alum that go on to grad school circle back and include UT students in their graduate research and include them in collecting organisms. So we're really proud of this student that's doing her PhD work, and that she can include UT students in it. And they're trying to make a little lovely U and T with their arms to show you how proud they are of the program. This work, this collecting, was actually done just yesterday right off of our marine science field station. So one of the strengths of going to school in Tampa, Florida, is that even in October, November, December, January, you can be in the water within a few minutes from campus. And we have beautiful seagrass beds and oyster reefs and things like that to study and do research in. So again, I really appreciate you guys attending this virtual Science Day event, and I wanted to just kind of reiterate my name and email on the screen in case you'd like to reach out and talk to me. Especially I can answer questions about the curriculum, study abroad courses, and our internship program in the department, but I'm also happy to point you in the direction of different faculty researchers if you'd like to talk to them about what they do in their labs and potential ideas for working with folks if you were to become a student at UT. Again, I am a UT alum. I'm very proud of the program, very proud of the department. This is a great place to live and work, and we would love to see you here. Just reach out if you have any more questions. Thank you so much. Take care.